Imagine if someone told you they had proof that the US government had secretly created a cloaking device capable of rendering an entire ship invisible. You'd probably assume they'd lost their mind, and if they showed you photographic evidence, you'd likely conclude that it was a fake. But what if they showed you photographic evidence that they themselves had been fused to the deck of the ship, physically connected to it as part of this experiment? Would you believe them then? Probably not. Conspiracy theories usually involve secret societies pulling strings from the shadows, but sometimes it's alleged that they're dabbling in science. Let's look at the weirdest of these theories. The Philadelphia experiment. The year is 1943. The location is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The United States is engaged in a fight to the death with the Axis powers. The USS Eldridge is a small naval vessel designed primarily to escort larger ships and defend them from enemy attack. The war is in full swing, and the US is desperate to gain any advantage it can over its enemies. One such advantage would be invisibility to radar. At the time, radar was relatively new technology. While Germany and Japan had experimented with ways to fool it, the US Navy believed that it had yet to be defeated. What if a ship could be made invisible to radar entirely? Enter Project Rainbow. Rumors persist that the U.S. Navy conducted an experiment aboard the USS Eldridge to render it invisible via manipulating electromagnetic fields. This rumor is later bolstered by the declassification of documents showing that the Navy was experimenting with degaussing technology to protect its ships from magnetic mines. However, those involved insist that degaussing does not produce the effect described in the conspiracy theory. According to legend, scientists achieved their goal by creating a bubble of distorted space around the ship, bending light and waves around the vessel so that it could not be detected. However, things went terribly wrong during testing. When the experiment was activated, the ship disappeared, only to reappear moments later off the coast of Virginia, hundreds of miles away. It then vanished again, returning to Philadelphia, all within a span of a few minutes. But that wasn't the worst of it. Many of the crewmen had been fused to the metal hull of the ship, unable to move or separate themselves from it. Some men were driven insane, while others simply disappeared or died under mysterious circumstances. Although the story didn't gain widespread attention until 1955, when a man named Carlos Allende wrote to UFO researcher Morris K. Jessup, describing what he had seen. Jessup, intrigued by the story, began to investigate and soon received more letters from people who had been on board the ship during the experiment. As the years passed, the tale grew and changed. Books, television shows, and movies began to explore the idea of the Philadelphia experiment, each adding new details and theories. Some claimed the ship had traveled through a portal to another dimension or time. Others said it had been abducted by extraterrestrials. Still, others insisted that it was all a hoax. In reality, we may never know for sure what happened on that fateful day in 1943. The truth may be lost forever, buried deep in the bowels of the United States Navy. Or perhaps it was never real at all. To this day, nobody can prove or disprove the wilder claims of the Philadelphia experiment. Officially, the Navy denies everything, citing lack of evidence and logical inconsistencies in witness testimony. Skeptics argue that it's a hoax, pointing out the absence of official records or physical evidence. They suggest that witnesses may have exaggerated or fabricated their stories, while others maintain that the true details are being covered up. What do you think really happened? Did the USS Eldridge vanish from sight, or did its crew simply imagine it? Let us know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave us a like and subscribe for more amazing content. With that, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.